Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Elo to Elo Hero in Age of Empires 2, a series that I started 1.5 years ago, give or take, and I'm trying to bring it back because recently we started the same variation of this series in Age of Empires 4, and I started loving ranked multiplayer so much that I thought I would just have to bring this series back and play some Age of Empires 2 because in general I just love Age of Empires 2, and also because I really enjoyed this series. For those of you who are new on the channel, this series is basically about my ranked grinding journey. I'm going to record every single match that I play, do some analysis during the game, which is a little bit difficult to do, very much difficult to do to be honest. But in addition to that, what I'm also going to start doing from this episode onwards is basically what I do in Age of Empires 4, which is to load up the replay after each match, and then we can have an actual analysis going in there and just looking at what went wrong, what went right, what cost us the game potentially, or what won us the game. In addition to this, of course, the main goal is to have fun. Also have some good discussions in the comments section, which I really miss because we had some amazing insights there, amazing people in general. So if you are still here by some miracle, then thank you very much. Do leave a comment saying hi or something that I'm still here. And hopefully we can build another great community or expand on that community going forward in this series. So I guess let's just jump into technically our fourth game, because I only had 3 games way back. So ultimately I don't think that really counts as much. We actually have to run the benchmark, which I am going to skip. So the 3 episodes were kind of a mixed bag in terms of performance. The last match I actually won. The third one, the first 2 were a loss. Let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay, I don't actually know why I have to run this. We actually ran this back in the day in the first ever episode, but whatever. So those 3 matches were kind of a mixed bag. And like I said, very long time ago, so technically whatever balance patches have happened, new civilizations were introduced that I do know for a fact because I keep picking up all the DLCs for these games. I don't think that really affects me all that much because, you know, like it was just 3 games. I still don't really know what I'm doing, so ultimately it doesn't really matter what they tweak and they change. But those 3 games, it was basically, like I said, a mixed bag. And for the third game in the series, I ended up finally pushing my opponent, which is something that I'm very bad at doing. I usually just sit in my base and like it's kind of a reactionary play style that I have, unfortunately, which basically means that I don't really. Okay, we have a score. I'll get back to that in a moment. So I don't really like try to aggressively push the opponent. I'm more like I'm going to react to what the opponent is doing. Now, seeing the first 7 episodes of the Age of Empires 4 series of this, that is definitely not the way to go because it's just going to cost me every single game. So my primary goal currently, other than getting back into the flow of things, is to push the enemy a lot more, push my opponent a lot more aggression with some actual units, not just, you know, skirmishers and spearmen, but actual units, and we'll go from there. Okay, but like I said, point is to have fun. So let's try to have some fun. Okay, and let's also ban some maps. And it looks like, yeah, the map pool has changed, obviously. It's not going to stay the same for over a year. Acropolis, I'm probably gonna ban this. Arena, I really don't know, man. If can I ban 4? No, I can only ban 3. Okay. Well, then let's keep Glade, Golden Pit, and Arabia. Arabia is my personal favorite. Golden Pit looks interesting. And MegaRandom, I honestly don't know. Ever dreamed of an endlessly unpredictable map where anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed? Well, not really, honestly, if I want to play ranked, to be completely honest. But we'll leave that in because we can only ban this much. Might go into... Oh, and Nomad is a weird one. Yeah, I mean, some of these are... I'm not sure how much... how viable they are in an actual ranked game, but we'll see. If I can get Arabia, then I'm going to be super happy. Oh yeah, and how did I prepare for this series? That's also something that something that I always bring in. Basically preparing against the AI, playing against the hardest possible AI, which is extreme in Age of Empires 2, and we already have a game, goddamn. Okay, on MegaRandom. Let's go with random civilizations, because, or random civilization, because I have no idea what I'm doing, so technically it doesn't matter what we pick. And then we can maybe later on focus on one particular civilization. We're going with the Koreans. Okay, so I practiced against the extreme AI, just to get into a flow of things. Plus the extreme AI is actually fantastic at microing and just multitasking and reacting to what you do. But as I've learned very quickly in the first first 2 episodes in particular, ultimately a human player will throw a lot more crazy stuff at you in terms of strategies. So strategy wise, it's really not the best to just play against the AI, but mechanically I would say it is a good thing, and I'm sticking to it, because in AoE4 that also helped me a lot. Not particularly in the strategy section. That's where I usually get wrecked until this point at least. But from a game mechanics perspective, it's actually fantastic to learn against the AI. So I do recommend playing against it, especially since the extreme AI doesn't cheat. So technically, that's like a very high micro player who always knows what you're doing. That's basically how I would describe the extreme AI. Okay, now this is MegaRandom. I'm not sure if it's MegaRandom because you don't have anything to do. Okay, we do have some more sheep. Now, is this like... So it's so unpredictable that you have no idea what's gonna be thrown at you? Or are they like pointers? That's kind of what I'm looking for. So are there a few things that are constant and other things that are completely random, or is everything just completely random and you have no idea of telling, no way of telling what's actually going to happen in a MegaRandom game? Because if it is the latter, then it's very interesting to be included in ranked. I would even say that arena is very interesting because you don't really have any good way of scouting your opponent. So unless you have like some predefined strategy, which I didn't in episode number, I think it was 2, creatively named as the Disaster Arena, because it was. Yeah, that's very interesting that you cannot really scout your opponent and see what they're doing. Okay, and by the way, Koreans, now this is also something we need to do, or I need to do, which is to learn the civilization that I'm actually playing. And this is fantastic. The way Age of Empires 2 handles it is just absolutely beautiful, that you just have this summary pop-up, I would say. I would call that a summary pop-up. That is fantastic. Unfortunately, in Age of Empires 4 we don't have that, so it makes it a little bit difficult to check things out in-game. You can either do it before the game or after the game, but during that you have to go into multiple menus, and that's just going to be very tough to do in my opinion. So let's see, it's a defensive and naval civilization. Stone miners work faster. Ranged soldiers and infantry cost a lot less wood. Oh wow, 50% less wood are getting it. Okay. Okay, let's just continue this. Archer armor and tower upgrades free. Bombard tower requires chemistry though. Okay. Now seeing the amount of zebra, I think we're just going to try and not get absolutely destroyed by going for the zebras. Okay, and then let's just scout the opponent in case something very, very weird happens. And by the way, we don't have berry bushes, do we? No, we don't have berry bushes at all. Okay. This is the MegaRandom nature of it. I'm gonna start gathering some more wood. Actually, just... Okay, so far I haven't really messed up many of the hotkeys that I can tell. And before I accidentally, like, I don't know, ungroup all of my villagers and they won't do anything. Okay, nice. So, okay, archer upgrades, archer armor and tower upgrades are free, and warships cost less wood. Okay, and team bonus, and plus we have some unique technologies. Okay, so overall it's like... Actually, we kind of need to go for the other zebras as well. Or is this extremely sus and dangerous to do? We'll see. But we do definitely need a lot more food, because we need to age up soon. And we're already at 20 pop. I don't think we need this much wood, to be honest. Okay, let's see if we can get some zebras. Yeah, because normally you would have 2 boars in Arabia, and that would be super useful. Or that is super useful. But here we seemingly don't have any boars, nor we don't have berry bushes, so actually gathering that initial 500 food for the age up is kind of tricky. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best. So basically, the defensive nature, I guess, comes from the fact that our stone miners work faster, and some things, or a lot of things, actually cost a lot less wood. But other than that, well, watchtower line +2 range for the unique tech, and rocket carts. What the hell? Or is that the unique unit? Rocket carts. Because I kind of know what the so the Koreans have. They have like a wagon. I'm not sure if that's called the rocket cart. Rocket cart is completely different. Okay, I have seriously overdone the. Let's grab a loom actually. I have a lot of wood. Let's grab a loom, and after that we can actually go with an age up because I'm delaying this a lot, very much. But I do want loom before aging up. I think that's a safe bet. Okay, and then we can actually go into some farms soon. Oh my god, immediately stone. Is that gonna be some... So our opponent is the Turks. Man, I'm going up against the Turks in AoE4 as well. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be some extremely crazy stuff. Okay, coming for my scout. That's rude. Very rude. Just fix that up. Okay, and then we can jump in to some more farm action, or farm action in general. Okay, so he really wants my scout. That's, I guess, fine. I just want to, I want to get some scouting information going. Actually, I have one more zebra over there. Let's see, rushes me with stone. Okay, bro. I don't really want to lure him into the base for obvious reasons. I gotta say, this map is actually crazy. Because even our wood lines are in a shitty position, in my opinion. Actually, this can be a gate. Okay, bro. I really just want to do some scouting. That is something that I need to kind of improve, but also to read what's actually going on. Okay, so there's going to be the TC. I don't want to run into the TC so far. I'm not seeing anything sus, although I'm not really seeing much of his base at all. So I guess that's the thing. Okay, I think we might need this farm upgrade, although I'm not entirely sure. If you can throw in a spearman at age up. Okay, actually aged up and he's going for stone. That's good for him, I guess. Let's just run back with this. Let's see if we can apply some pressure. I haven't really tried this against a real player in those first 3 episodes, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing what we can do with some scout action. Let's do some villager dropping. Not the easiest. Okay, he ran back. I feel like that early stone is gonna be some kind of crazy stuff. I can already see it. Okay, not much food. Especially if I have 1,000 villagers queued up, right? Okay, let's see if we can get some scouts going. I really just made up my mind in the last second, unfortunately, about the scout situation. This is probably not the best wall off. Let's see if we can get a tight wall going. Okay, that single villager is a hero. Yeah, way too much wood already. I kind of put that one tile off. Okay, well, I don't think these 2 scouts are going to do all that much. Let's just see if we can apply some kind of pressure. I think this is going to be a blacksmith. Okay. Okay, you can just come back home. Okay, now it could be... honestly, I don't know what you would do with that early stone, unless it's gonna be stone walls. Ooh, blacksmith into... No, it's gonna be fast castle. I think this might be fast castle. Can we get out of there? Nope. Well, we are delaying a lot of things. I'm also delaying myself. Well, I guess if we can buy some time, then it's good, right? Can we at least get one villager? Yeah, but we also lost a scout. Yeah, so there is definitely going to be a fast castle. I don't think we can do, and I don't think he really cares that, honestly, that I'm moving in with scouts. Of course he shouldn't, because I'm like 5,000 years late with these scouts. Okay. Well, let's see, let's start gathering some. So he's walling that off. Okay, I'm not really delaying him, plus he's going, so this is going to be, I mean, based on this, I guess this is going to be fast castle into dropping a castle in my face. And pulling that much villagers off is honestly not that bad. Well, the problem is I'm not really doing much damage with these guys. Okay, he's probably going to fight back with the villager, as he should. I don't really have much HP with these guys, unfortunately. Okay, well. Yeah, that was way too much wood. Oh man, I honestly don't even know where I would get even more food from. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's why he has so much farms, so many farms. Okay, well, we definitely need to go into castle, because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. I mean, honestly, if I read this correctly, then I'm already happy. I guess what we can also do, since you are outside, I don't want to grab that upgrade just yet. Kind of need a bank, or sorry, a market. Oh, let's put it over here. Okay, do you want some? Yep. Welcome to Castle Age. Okay. Like I said, I guess this is going to be a castle drop, so one thing we can do against that, I guess, or at least try to prepare against that, is to grab a bunch of archers and see if we can deny it. Because he's going to need archers, or he's going to need the villagers to actually put down the thing. Or he's already bringing in some. No, that's just a scout. Okay, interesting, that's an upgraded scout. Okay, but I'm more interested in where are all the villagers. Luckily he's not attacking the one that's low HP. Oh, there they are. Hi guys. Oh, and there's a castle. Yep, textbook. Okay, now we can't really deny this, unfortunately. Because I'm late with like all the units. All the units possible. Now that is going to cost us our gold. So I'm just going to come over here. Okay, nice. That's exactly how I guess it's being taught. Nice. So you put that castle down. It's very good for him. So how can we get out of this? Well, like I said, let's just gather gold from a different position, I guess. Okay, some janissaries are gonna go down. Okay. Let's grab Pierce. I'm not sure if we need Pierce. I'm just going to sell a little bit of this so we can grab some knights. I wanted a second TC. Gunpowder units. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I actually caught what he's doing and can't do anything about it. I mean, if I had a lot more scouts, then I guess that would have been something that I could do. But that's like, I guess, a perfectly executed castle rush with some janissaries, okay. We probably have an answer for the janissaries in the form of these skirmishers. which we can actually put them inside, I guess. These aren't the upgraded janisters just yet. Or upgraded skirmishers, my apologies. Okay, so let's just see. I mean, okay, that's... He is going to get in. Okay, he's not going to do all that much over there. So I guess we are going to lose a few villagers, that's for sure. I'm extremely out of wood, which is not good. Okay, now he's going to put down a second castle. Not sure if we can reach that. Okay, I'm not sure if we can reach the villagers, I don't think so. Okay, well... Yeah, I mean, the reason this kind of pisses me off is because I think I understood, or I knew what he was doing, and yet I had no plan to how to react to this. And that initial aggression didn't really do much. Or didn't do anything, honestly, because he just fought back with the villagers. That was extremely late. I guess we can chop some trees from over there. We are going to lose the TC. We are going to lose our wood line, probably. Okay, another castle. I guess. These are weak against skirmishers, right? No, Janister connects. Okay, Janister is... yeah. Versus skirmishers. Okay, great stuff. Honestly, I'm not sure if we can push this back with knights, for example. Because we do have a shit ton of resources. Okay, now if he gets to Imperial, then we're definitely screwed. But honestly, that many Janisters are kind of scary. Wow. Okay. Not sure if this is going to be a good answer for this. Was it outranges the TC? Oh yeah, we don't have enough stone. Oh, we don't have enough knights either. Push this back. Yeah, that many Janisters, man. Dude! Did the GG go through? Just one. Okay. Let's put down the other one as well. Oh, man. Damn. Okay, well, this is how we learn. Especially if you see what your opponent is doing. But, okay, let's jump into the replay and get some more info. So ultimately, like two things. One, I was hovering a bunch of wood initially. Actually, let's check out my resources. So I was hovering a bunch of wood. And then didn't have too much food. And that ultimately made that scout push be extremely useless. As opposed to him having perfect strategy. Probably going to... So he also went with the zebras. Okay, that makes sense. I was kind of caught out of guard with not having boars. Yeah, he went for all the zebras. Okay, so did I, eventually. And then he's going straight into stone. Okay, I'm not sure if he attacked my scout because he didn't want me to see this or something. I mean, it ultimately didn't really matter. And at this point, I'm going to start aging up soon. Yep, we kind of aged up at the same time. The only problem is here I start hovering a shit ton of wood, if you just take a look at that. So that's 300 wood. Now I'm just transitioning into farms. Stable going down, but the problem is I'm not making food from anywhere at this point. Now this is normally where I would still have a boar at least, or at least some berry bushes that I didn't have, unfortunately. So that's something to definitely consider in the next like MegaRandom map, should we get it. Is to, I mean, I guess start transitioning into farms a lot sooner. Now this didn't do anything. At this point he probably has enough resources to, yeah, perfect timing, I guess, perfect build order. He is putting down these 2 buildings into a castle age and then into immediately having enough resources for the actual castle. Honestly, what really pissed me off about this game, and that it pissed me off, I guess, once in Age of Empires 4, is calling exactly what my opponent is doing and not being able to do anything about it. Because at this point, I am extremely low on resources. Well, the resources that matter. It doesn't matter that I have that much wood. I mean, I could have probably expanded over here, put down some more farms, I guess. That would have been a good answer. Now here, I try to answer the potential castle rush with some archers, just to see where his villagers are gonna come from. I don't spot these guys until I start actually pushing out with these scouts. And then he just immediately drops the castle. Like I said, I guess that's a perfect castle rush. If I were to, I guess one way I could have stopped this is if I spot these guys and I already had some army. But the problem is I didn't have any army. I was just floating a bunch of resources, so technically everything went wrong. If I had a bunch of archers, I could have just attacked these villagers. And at this point, what I'm actually more curious to see is, yes, so this is kind of what I was expecting. Back home, he doesn't have anything, which kind of pisses me off even more. So at home, he doesn't have anything. A couple of vills on farms. I mean, this is just 9 villagers on farms, 5 on gold, even more on stone. Now at this point, if this were to be stopped, I have 23 villagers on food, bunch on wood, and we can potentially even save this gold. So I think if I were able to stop this, we could have won this game. But I had no answer for pulling a bunch of villagers off of this. And just, not necessarily the fact that the castle went up, it's just more like what happened after that is just, I'm completely off in resources. So that's something I need to, I mean, I guess refigure out this time around. Yeah, so this gold mine is lost, but that's not the end of the world, I guess. I just have to pull a few villagers, but then he starts pumping out janissaries, and still not much back home. Just enough for the janissaries, I guess. And that's it. And then he starts gathering more stone for second TC. So, yeah. I am pissed off about this, but this is a fantastic learning experience. To have some kind of resources that we can, you know, push these guys back. Especially if he wants to lose 12 villagers. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll do better. See you guys very soon.